think just loving what you do and loving the music, that's what kind of keeps it. You never want to put it away. So,
I don't think you can stop once you start. I mean, I've tried to take breaks from doing this and you can't do it. Come back to it.
Cincinnati. Well, I used to see all my shows at Bogart's, so that's kind of where I would recommend going if you're going to see the show. I love Skyline Chili. If you're in the area, you should definitely have Skyline Chili. New York is a thing into itself, and I can't even choose because it changes so often, and it's been a long time since I lived there, but LA, I don't know, what's your favorite thing in LA?
Leaving? I'm from the desert.
So yeah, it's about 2 hours outside LA where he's from, but
I like to just chill in the desert. My favorite spot is the Indian Canyons. The snow's melting off the mountains and there's streams. I used to go out there and there's swimming holes. You're up here neck in cool water, drinking some wine, just chill. Quietest place on earth.
Well, where our name comes from is there was this, it used to be televised. It was like a church TV show on public access in Cincinnati. And it was kind of like this Appalachian church that was all about like damnation, hellfire, and they were called Fireball Ministry. So that's where we took the name from, but we wanted it to be about rock. So it's kind of like Fireball Ministry, the first church of rock and roll. Rather, kind of like the KISS theory, where it's, you've got this whole, it's a lifestyle, it's not just music, it's this whole thing. So, yeah, we are not a Christian band. Some people think we are. We get that a lot. Oh man, that was like November To Dismember. That was like a long time ago. It was pretty awesome. I think The Haunted or somebody played that show, and there were a lot of bands that I was really into, but yeah, that was a pretty like very, very metal festival, and it was one of the first things we did kind of like that, first festivals. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Somebody was supposed to headline and they didn't show up. It was oh god, it wasn't King Diamond. It was I forget, the headliner didn't make it or something. It was kind of weird, but yeah, that was pretty cool. That was we were doing a lot of touring at the time with CKY, so that's Bam's brothers and CKY, and he asked us to do the Viva La bands. It was kind of an eclectic bill, like it was some weird bands that we wouldn't have normally played with, so it was cool. We went to the UK, and that was really cool. They have a lot of like young fans, who are like skater kids, and it was pretty crazy when we did that. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how that happened. That's The Broken was in the game, and so people recognize that song a lot from I'm not really I don't follow pro wrestling. I've been to some wrestling, and I mean it's fun, but I don't people definitely recognize that song from that. Yeah. We've done a few compilations for them. We did like a Zeppelin compilation, and what was the other one? It was like a stoner.
I never got a copy.
Yeah, and so they were like, "Hey, do you want to do full length?" So we were like, "Sure." And we took our time in the beginning. We didn't really have like a time limit, so we were kind of moving along slowly in the beginning, and then we really wanted it to come out. So then we were like, all right, we need to flip this into high gear.
Yeah, there was no deadline, so it's like
Sometimes that's bad. There's no deadline because you're like, oh, we have plenty of time, and then if it doesn't come out, if it isn't finished by a certain month, then it's not going to come out to the following year. So we wanted it to come out last year. We had to make sure we had it done.
For me, it was my grandfather played jazz guitar, and at Christmas parties when I was little, he would have his bass player friend come over and maybe a trumpet player. They'd play jazz stuff on Christmas Eve with a big party and cocktails. Well, I wasn't drinking yet at age 3, but yeah, they had some crazy parties, and it was fun. It brought people together, and people were singing, and that was the beginning for me.
My parents always encouraged my sister and I to play music. I didn't play guitar until I was like a freshman in high school, and I heard Black Sabbath and was like, oh, I want to do that. So my parents were very supportive, and they did buy me a guitar, and yeah. It was scary. You're like, what am I doing?
I played trombone and band in school. And yeah, I remember the first performances, just those butterflies. And all the parents are showing up, and family and stuff. I lived near the auditorium where I played live for the first time.
I love the Scorpions, and Live Records.
I'd have to say Cheap Trick live at
That's a great one too. Yeah. I like Live Records too because it's kind of, it's cool to hear like variations and like what they actually are doing. Also like Song Remains the Same and all that stuff. I super dig. So.
Deftones?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah.
I don't know.
See, I'm like Aerosmith. That's what I want to go into. You know what I mean? So. It's pretty good today, actually. Like, there's a lot of bands that we love that are friends with, and on today's bill. I don't know. That's a tough one on the spot.
Yeah, I'm excited about Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age.
Right, I know. I keep thinking about today. I'm like,
bandmates. I produce and mix and all that stuff anyway, so it's nice for me to get a break and perform.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy songwriting. I would rather produce than, I'm not like an engineer like that. I don't like buttons and chords and things. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh, it would be cool if we did this. You know what I mean?
I used to edit sound effects for commercials and film. It's a lot more fun doing this than having a client sitting behind you breathing down your neck.
That's super true.
The first big film I worked on was Young Guns. I worked on commercials for Apple computers when they were starting out. I recorded a music track for Treetop Apple Juice, and it was my first time recording live drums, and the drummer was Vinny Colaiuta, and the bass player was my favorite bassist of all time, Abraham Laboriel. So, some good times. It wasn't all ad clients breathing down my neck. More the same?
Yeah, that's what I think. And I feel like, I hope our band is timeless enough that it, lasts. When I listen to our old records, I'm like, yeah, this is still good. I hope that carries on.
Just stay in the course.
fireballministry.com, and then same, Facebook, Fireball Ministry, Instagram. Luckily, our name is like easy to have. So. I hope they are dead tired from rocking super hard.
I was going to say the same thing.
They're like, we can't watch any more bands because we're too tired. We gotta go.
Yeah. If I'm not sore afterwards and ready to take a nap, I haven't done my job.
I'm Emily Burton from Fireball Ministry, and check out cutiepie.com.
I'm Scott Reeder from Fireball Ministry. Check out cutiepie.com.